Going into practice last night, I knew it was going to be a rough practice. First of all, it was something that was just called on the spot. So it was like, let's go, grab your bags, we're going to practice, when they actually thought they were going to dinner. So all that was very rushed, and the kids were kind of confused on what was going on, and then we got there and everything was falling and just things weren't hitting, and their mindset wasn't in the right place, so we didn't have such a hot practice.
We just started drilling everything that they had comments about. We drilled. It wasn't the best practice that we could have possibly had, but we didn't have a lot of time to really be back and forth trying to fix things over and over. We can time crunch it and hope for the best.
I definitely got in my head. It was to the point where like I feel like I'm one of the most positive like people on the team. Like I always try to make people laugh and like, but I felt like at that point I couldn't do that just because like I was getting in my head and I was just worried about other people. I was more worried about everyone else like getting in their head, and so I was like, I think I was just taking that on.
Stop disappointing yourselves! You work too hard. This ain't about them, it ain't about Herbie, it ain't about Callie, it ain't about Eddie, it's about you!
Cassidy had a few words with them that kind of turned it around a little bit. And then on the drive home, it hit me, you know? These kids, they do everything for each other. They do everything for me. And they don't think about themselves while they're doing it. Their thing is 110 for you. They're afraid. They're afraid to let people down. They're afraid to let me down. And so they try harder. And we're gonna hit it, we have to hit, we have to hit. And that's what was going wrong. So I said, you know what? 110% is too much. I just need 100. 100 from each individual, and if each individual gives 100%, the job will get done. You guys are performing scared, you're performing like you're going to disappoint someone, and you can't have that mindset when you get on the floor. So when you get on the floor tomorrow, it needs to be about you. 100% for you, because you work hard, because you put in the work, because you deserve it. And once I flipped that mindset, then obviously they did the job that I knew that they can do right from the beginning.
Day 2 was beautiful. It was the best we've ever felt on the floor. We just had, it was this feeling that even backstage, even our pre-warm-ups, we just had this feeling going into it like, wow, like we can really do this. Like we are really that team. We need to come together as a team, tell each other how much we do love each other. No matter what happens, we're gonna love each other regardlessly.
Honestly, it felt like NCA again, and like I never got that feeling at NCA. So when I got that feeling again here, I was like, oh, this is it. Like I was very excited.
The minute they got on the floor and they attacked that floor, I just knew it. I felt it in my heart. You know, I had my baby next to me, I had my husband next to me, and I just looked at them and I'm like, this is it. This is the routine of their lifetime.
This year, your gold champion, the California All Stars.
I'm finally a world champion.
Reckless just went back-to-back at Worlds. It's super exciting. It's been 6 years since I personally have won Worlds, since the last time. Everyone is just kind of on cloud 9. We felt really confident going into today. The vibe was amazing, and we just kind of rode with it, and it worked for us.
I wasn't crying until I saw my teammates crying, just because I know how hard we worked. We died together, cried together, laughed together, and all for this one moment. Since I've been to Worlds 5 times, and then this actually is the time where I've actually won.
All the stress, all the blood, all the tears for a medal that's probably first of all, backwards, and second of all, probably cost 39 cents, if I'm being real. It's so crazy how much work we put all year just to wear this blue little ribbon with this little thing around your neck.
How long have you been waiting for this?
My whole life. Literally my whole life has come down to this right here. It's crazy. I never ever thought I would ever become a world champion. I was on SMOED, and being on such a high caliber team like that was even just a dream come true. I didn't have to win Worlds. I just felt so accomplished being on that team, and I just felt I cannot end it here. I can't stop right now. Being a world champ was always my dream as a little kid, and I finally can say I'm a world champion.
Okay, so I know it's not Worlds or anything, and probably don't even need to be doing this, but just wanted to check in with the vlog, quick update on how Worlds went.
I'm so ready. We're rolling.
First, how do you recap about Worlds?
Worlds. Man.
So we just finished Worlds Day 2, and it wasn't our best performance at all. Damn, this hit the spot.
So we were like obviously doing the routine, like 2 minutes through was perfect. The energy was like on the floor, we felt it. And when we like hit the stunt section, oh.
Day 1 of Worlds wasn't too bad, not our best run, but I was excited because I thought we were gonna come back with like some amazing run and all my dreams were gonna come true and I was gonna have the best day of my life. So then I was like, ah, like yay! And
so I just dropped my stunt, and that was my first time ever dropping at Worlds. So it kind of hits me in a way. You never want to let your team down like that, and it's like usually a day 2 team, and we see our mistakes and we write them down. We like look at them, and we just make it better day 2, and that's what we were all hoping for, and just didn't pan out that way.
Being on the floor at that time, it was sad. Like you can hear in people's voices when they were like shouting. Oh, it makes me, I can't think about it. But yeah, just like.
Hearing Enrique, the way that he like yelled right when it happened was just like super heartbreaking, and watching him like, and all my other teammates and all the people who have worked so hard for it and have led this team, just like cry, and at that point there's nothing you can do about it, right? So that was pretty heartbreaking.
Like day 2 was extremely hard. Seeing everybody after was extremely hard, but I don't think I would change it for anything because, you know, things happen a certain way for a certain reason, and day 2 happened for a certain reason. Why? I'm not sure of yet.
It was a big like learning lesson for all of us. I mean, you can't really help it. It was written out already what was going to happen, but yeah.
Everybody was so incredibly talented, honestly. We were so talented, and everybody wanted it and worked hard. It just, I don't know, didn't happen for us.
You just have to live with that now, you know? You're just gonna carry that on from your next season to your next season to your next season. It's always gonna be in your head. But hopefully it's for the better. Like hopefully it drives us, me and the rest of my pod, it drives us to be better next year.
It's one of the hardest things a coach can do, watching your World's performance and having no control over it. And then with so many kids that work so hard, move from other countries across the United States to be on this team, and for it to not go the way they anticipated. You know, it's a really tough lesson, and as a coach, you just gotta be that mature adult and, you know, put it back together for them. And I told the kids coming off the floor, this is a coaching problem, this is not a you problem. Like, these things happen because of something that I failed to do for you as a coach, so don't carry this burden.
I'm really happy that my team was able to come together and to bond over it no matter what happened, and I'm gonna miss my team. I'm gonna miss Moed a lot because it's what it is. Moed it was everything especially everything the past 3 months. It was every single day. It was coming in, seeing my friends, seeing my coaches, and now it's not, and now we're driving to drop off the GoPro, and this is it, you know? I really hope that you just keep loving Smoed no matter what, keep supporting Smoed and Reckless no matter what. And yeah, peace out, vlog.
So today is our banquet for the end of the year, and we're all just excited to see each other because a bunch of us haven't seen each other since Worlds.
and it's just an exciting time, just a closing to our season.
The season was successful. We had an undefeated season. We won Worlds. It was so nice seeing everyone because Reckless 2019 was such a close team, and seeing each other dressed up is like a special thing.
This season was definitely one to remember because, again, like I got to cheer with so many of like my close friends, and it being a new level, it was definitely really like rewarding, especially to win. And it's been a while since I got a ring, so it's really nice, and it's really fun that I get to do it with them and like all of my close friends.
Worlds, we ended up getting 4th, which is actually a lot better than we all expected. We were expecting a lot lower considering what we performed, but we ended up getting 4th place.
So day 2 of Worlds was not our best performance, but honestly everything up till what happened was an amazing performance. Like I felt the amazing vibes on the stage, and honestly it was like an amazing last routine to do just until that last part, but honestly we gave it all we got, and I thought we did amazing.
The season overall was more about the family aspects. Like we learned to not cherish the titles or the placements. It was more about the journey, which is what Eddie always says to us. It's not about what you place, it's about how you get there and the experiences you get to get there.
I couldn't ask for like any better outcome and any better season. Like regardless of what would have happened or not, like just being able to cheer with them.
There was so many people on the team who deserved to win Worlds that have been trying for so long that didn't have it, like this one. So it was pretty much for them, for like those people.
Hey, fool, that's too close. Nobody wants that action shot.
I tell them all the time, it's not the place, it's the feeling. When you get off that floor, if you have the feeling of success, if you look at your sisters and your brothers and you're content with what you put on that floor, that's what it's all about, and no one can take that away from them.
You know, we did have a rough day 2 at Worlds, but you know, it was all part of God's plan, and like I told the kids, whatever the lesson is to be learned to move on, and you know, we need to persevere and be determined and learn from this, move on and grow and just be stronger, come back stronger. But anyway, I love you guys, I love you all parents, thank you guys for all your commitment and hard work. It literally takes a village to raise these children, and I love you guys all.
They really had a rough season, y'all. We had, right before NCA, we had 3 major injuries and they overcame them. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Thank you so much.
We're going to start with Alyssa Diaz.
Anissa Ochoa.
Samuel Cole. And Leah Pittman.
Malia had a rough Worlds Day 2 run, and there was any inclination or indication that things weren't going to go well in that performance, it would have already been taken out. No kid goes out there with the intention of messing up. No kid goes out there with the intention of not being able to perform the skills that they've trained all season. She was in it just as much as everyone was, and for whatever the reason was that caused her to make mistakes, or the stunt group to make a mistake, it was going to happen whether we liked it or not, and no kid goes out there with the intentions of doing that.
During our running tumbling section, Malia's right next to me, and she kind of looked like a little out of it when she was about to go into it, so I kind of gave her a little pep talk right before. And being a flyer is really hard on Samoa just because with all the pressure that comes with it and like the blaming that goes on, even though if it could not be your fault, but it'll always be the flyer's fault. Everyone on the internet will always say Ari fell or Malia fell, McKenna fell, especially for her being so young. I felt so bad, and I just went up to her just knowing my past experiences with falling and being on Samoa and the pressure that came with it. I just helped her out with that.
Social media was brutal to a 13-year-old kid. You know, sometimes things are said about me, and you know, I know how I feel, but I am a grown adult. I can't imagine being 13 years old, having people say that you're not deserving, having people say that you're worthless, saying that, you know, that she never been on that floor to begin with. And that tears away the hard work that was put in on behalf of that kid. That kid went hard for her team. That kid did all the SMOA training. She's lasted 3 seasons of being on one of the hardest teams in the country, and she's done an awesome job of it. She's had 1 bad Worlds run, big whoop. And again, this was a coaching problem. It wasn't a Malia problem. It wasn't a stunt group problem. It wasn't anyone's problem but mine. And I accepted responsibility, and I let the kids know that, you know, that this is not you, this is me.
Jasmine Sanchez. Alex Garcia. Chavarria. Bobby Morales. Janae Cruz.
Miguel Mojoca. Keelan McDonald. Kenny Wilson.
Chloe Harris. Joseph Gilbert. Brianna Gutierrez. And y'all, last but not least,
It was a long year. This is the best team I've ever had. I've said it from the very beginning, and I would be lucky to have a team as good as this one next year.
For your coach's award, casting talk person off.
Sorry for being center attention. Coach's award was actually really easy. Like, very easy. This kid is just overall one of the best athletes in the world. Like, she's just so well-rounded. Cares about everybody around her, always is trying to help her best foot forward no matter what. She's like my baby. I'm just so proud of her, and I hope she feels that when Eddie announces who it is. So I love you and I'm proud of you. You'll find out in a second who you are.
This person has been in SMOA for a few years now. And actually I tried to kick her off the team almost every practice for 1 whole year. I clowned her every practice, but she was probably one of the hardest working athletes. She did what she was asked. She was really a vocal leader. I am very proud of her, but Miss Cammie Wilson. And she ugly cries too, as you can see. And this is our 2019 SMOA.
Coaches Award this year. 8 years ago, we talked about a dream, and the dream was just to go to Worlds, and here she is standing in front of you as a world champion. This kid has a lot of my heart. I love her and her family very much. Miss Chloe Hecht.
Chloe has been with me since she's an itty bitty, more than half of her life. And I remember when she was little, she used to tell me all the time, I can't wait to go to Worlds, I can't wait to go to Worlds. And to see her get on that Worlds mat and hit and do a 2 to full, her round of handspring full, and stick all her stunts, pyramid, everything, that was everything for me. So I'm really proud of her.
World champion!
I see myself coaching as long as I possibly can, you know. Our family dynamics changed a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna do this as long as God wants me to do this, you know. I think we do something very special for these kids, not just on the mat, but off the mat. And I can't imagine my life without it.
I just wanna make sure that my kids know that I'm super proud of them and that I love them all individually, and you know, I have a special part in my heart for every single one of them.
Thanks guys for watching Cheerleaders, and don't forget to subscribe to Awesomeness TV.